Greetings and salutations, welcome back to our Let's Play of EU4 with RedBstrd as Korea. And we're going to try to power through this and finish off this run. This is where we last left our nation. We were trying to get those last two levels of admin tech that we need, but we are ahead of time, so we just need to wait for that ahead of time costs to go down, which makes sense. In Light and Despotism, you need to wait until late in the game. And we were currently invading Garjot, I believe. Yeah. So they shouldn't be able to hold out long. I gotta core some stuff. Definitely not going to convert anything. Pretty much ever. Don't really care about that. And somebody had objected a bit to us helping out Malacca and letting him conquer a little bit of territory here, so we're just going to dissolve that alliance. We'll break the royal marriage if they don't. And simply annex them. Okay, 7.3% overextension is what we have room for in our countries, so let's see if we can get them. We can. And it's not a very good fort for us, but I'm going to keep it for the moment to get rid of this devastation in these two provinces, and then I'll get rid of the fort. Cat is being talkative in the background. Hopefully that won't be something you guys can hear. They really want us to kill Brittany. I guess that's something we can do. Okay, we'll just pull a couple armies down here out of India, leaving just this 40k stack. And that should be able to deal with anything that pops up here. If it's any larger than that, we could just cooperate with VJ to kill it. Allies and generals. I got some lazy diplomats. Let's go ahead. Got one our own subjects, one an outraged. And we'll stick the last one in allies for now. Just keep checking on that every once in a while. I'm surprised we don't have, like, reduce our overextension. Maybe that was the last mission we accomplished. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's probably from that. As well, this is active. They're not eager to give us that same mission. Malacca's hostile, so they broke the royal marriage. Good. The one thing we forgot to take from Bamani's were these two provinces. We'll take them soon. So we've left Malacca alone this whole time. Actually even helped them out in some words, just because I didn't want to go through the effort of conquering this stuff. But they did colonize up here, for instance, and over here, so we might as well take that stuff from them and try to get these spice islands under our direct control. So 13 years ahead of time. We're gonna have to wait like probably 25 years before we can get admin tech 29. Okay, at least everything's scoring. Let's take a look if we can get any value. These guys are states. It doesn't really look like it. Okay, so Alaska is attacking Conklin. And let's just make sure none of our subjects have debt. Well, they don't. Let's go ahead and pull this guy back from Persia. That was an odd move on their part. Yeah, get some points here. So, let's see. Can't do that. I don't think we're allowed to really culturally convert because we're not converting the underlying culture, so we'll just grab that one for the moment. I'll just develop a few of these provinces. It's relatively cheap to do dry lands. And I'm sure they have still respectable money reserves. But we want a victory here. So we're sending Conklin 2,000 ducats more. And they actually now are stronger navally, apparently, than Alaska. That's something that changed between these wars. Looks like Castile had pushed Alaska back a little bit as well. I believe these were... yeah, they've got Alaskan cores there. $300, 536 ducats. Wow. Okay, unfortunately we have troops stationed right here. Let's reduce that overextension, because we're working on that project anyway. Anyways, when possible, pick missions that are easily completed or that we're going to accomplish anyway, which I think is pretty good policy. In a very early game, you know, I might go for something that gives Diplo rep or gives immediate core or claims. Yeah, we definitely want to spend the money to expand our colonial borders. And we'll go for the points. And then we do have a little bit of unrest, just in guard shot. That should go away pretty quickly. Okay, there's still some devastation, so we're going to keep this fort. As generals still. We've got a lot of points, we could hire some new ones. Let's go ahead and do that. You get a general. And you get a general. Not the greatest generals in the world. And that merchant isn't doing much. Guess those guys are still hanging out there from a previous war. Crush them and take their capital, please. Okay, that's a good sign. Now that they have all of this, once they capture this province, they should probably move up here. Oh, the troop advantage that Conklin has. They really should be able to push forward all the way to the capital, even if they delay to capture a few provinces along the way. Okay, Schoolboy Gaming, the first Yi, has now ascended to the throne. We lost a point of stability though. Okay, loyalty, desire, and subjects on the same. This is really good. But I think the naval engagements... Take a look at what our subjects' liberty desires are. So VG is still at 0. So this doesn't seem like we need that yet until we feed them some more. We're going to get the naval engagements, and the next one, the improved force march. Of course, Caradel. Of course, Ataya. I want to strengthen government to get that absolutism back up to where we want it. Did you guys move your capital back here? You did. Nice 37 development capital. And let's see who's a little disloyal. Mexico and Australia. So this one's closer. Korea and Australia. We didn't ever name that after anyone. Not sure why, but let's fix that right now. Okay. Let's do a time check. We're at 13 minutes. I'm loading up YouTube and looking at the updated list. MS Word 86. I don't know if these are like companies or what, but hey, if they're subscribers, they get on the list. Yeah. You know what? I'm reluctant to do this just in case somebody puts in like a copyright thing, because I'm putting in a word like that. So we're going to call it M-Sword instead of MS Word. So, yeah, so we'll put the capitalization on the M and the S. M-Sword. Oh, and we were going to develop them. So let's do that. Capitals right here. Give them like 4 points worth. Should be fine. Go to Mexico. Developed our capital, but let's do a little bit of gold. Who still's got some? Okay, I think that's pretty good. We'll develop just a touch here to get it down to 0. We'll get more gold out of this situation anyway. Yeah, it's just 12. We'll go for trade efficiency. I think that's where we're making the majority of our money. Sorry if I'm clicking past some of that stuff a little too quickly. $541? Yeah, I like that. Okay, we need to name this after... Is that female? That was a female heir, wasn't it? Yeah, she. Okay, whose name... Menalia? Ends in an sound. That's traditionally how we define feminine. Words. That's perfectly acceptable. Female heir name. Let's try to close off some more of this stuff to Russian colonization. And see if there's any really good buildings that we could build. Nothing's jumping out. Got these 750s. And the 500s. These ones are 500 too, but it's building it up from having nothing to having the level 2 building. Okay, that's probably enough money spent. Ah, revolution in Ayutthaya. And then let's just go ahead and keep an eye on what's going on over in Alaska. Good, they're going for blood right here. And they've done this pretty quickly in a defensive war, so I think they probably will be a bit more ambitious. They're winning the naval game, our colony, Conklin, that is. Champur, you're fighting Yarkand. No, you may not have military access. I'm not sure that you guys really won it. But sure. Okay, so they're attacking here into the mountains. They might win. Yeah. As long as the capital falls, sure. Okay, so they did push up here. They still have that core. Should have held out until they got Spokane. Oh, poor elephants. It's just one province. Let's not waste the money on it. Yeah, so Konkan's much tougher. And with all the development that we did down here and all the buildings that we put in, they should be able to win all future wars against Alaska, unless something really crazy is going on. Do we really care about this? Who are their allies? Bohemia and the Papacy. I don't really have any interest in fighting them. Sure, VJ. Is Ayutthaya still monarchy? No, they're not. Okay. November, we can invade. Ah! And that's just to mess with our legitimacy. Okay. Guess we'll stay in the Straits here for the moment. It's not super urgent because our trade fleet can maintain naval domination. But it wouldn't do a super amount of good over here anyway. Imperialism, go for their capital. See where they're paying that for, they were. Okay, now that our troops are across, we'll go here to the Straits. Oh, Ming and Yarkand. Hopefully Yarkand still has that alliance. Whatever they had, yeah, alliance with Ottomans. Yarkand, why don't you like us? Let's be friends. And we're going to force a breach. Stuck with the 112 for the next like 13 years, so that's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and go up here. If we need to retreat by sea, we can do that. And we'll detach this frigate and send it to protect trade. Okay, I'm going to capture this province. And then we'll go for the fort. I just don't want them to be able to control both sides. Actually, that's not much of a concern because we could work together with these couple of armies, including VJs, and we should have no problems. Their troops weren't very good from what we saw with them fighting against enemies in the past, like Pasai, that were losing. They're fighting Bamani, so I can understand that. Let's let them get locked in. Okay, we'll move there. We'll just move straight onto it. Troops still a little better than expected because they've got pretty heavily front-ended general there. Respectable amount of fire and shock. Sorry, my computer fan is kind of loud. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. Oh, they've got a fort there. We should take that. So we'll smash their fleet a little bit more. And then I'll get an army over to deal with that. That fort. I'm going to move here rather than trying to fill in everything. I can see that they are building troops, but I don't want them to be able to skirt around VJ. Ports there, so we'll want to blockade it. And that'll be our top priority, is stripping them of all the islands and everything that they have like this. And then we'll try to push them out of the Spice Islands. And finally, we'll go for their peninsula as the lowest priority. Well, they might win this battle. It'll be a Pyrrhic victory for them if they do. But those kind of losses. Chasing them down wouldn't help because I think they're retreating past this. I don't see a sword icon when I move into Kelantan. And as always, we're, at least on this run, we're going for the Monarch Point option. Okay, who's got rest? Yeah, didn't this change the name? Did. RedBstrd 86. I think they actually produce a little bit of gold as well. But we're just going to bump up this coastal center of trade a couple times. That might actually be a good idea in Mexico. Now they've got a couple centers of trade, some of which produce gold. Let's develop this one. This one produces gold, but we'll develop it anyway. Even though it's not going to give us much in terms of trade power, but it does give us more gold, so either way we win. And let's keep an eye on our time. 29 minutes, so I'm going to stop here.